All right, folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas, ATS.io, and we're talking about the National Hockey League. Brand new season underway, 56-game sprint. It's not a marathon, it's a sprint, and you're playing only the teams in your division, and you're playing them night after night after night after night, and there are all kinds of new betting angles that we're going to have to pay attention to. It's stuff we talked about before the season started, and it's a very small sample size, but some of these things are in play already. The first batch of rematch games we had, right out of the gate, you had Vancouver and Edmonton, and Vancouver won the first game. Second game, Edmonton came back and got revenge, got the split. Then the big batch of games, it went 5-3. The teams that had lost the first game came back and got the win, and two of them, the Kings lost in overtime to Minnesota, and Anaheim gave up a goal to the Golden Knights with their goalie pulled and lost in overtime. The bottom line is these teams played their lungs out. You want to look long and hard at the teams that lose the first game of a series, and that's what these things are, mini series. There are going to be some quirky deals. In fact, Vegas is playing Arizona now, 4 games in a row starting this week. 2 here, 2 in Arizona, 2 here. You've got to look at these angles in terms of the value of the number. These are going to be plus prices the majority of times, teams that lose that first game, unless it's a big home favorite that gets beat. But even if there's a disparity of talent between a really good home team that wins the first game, you're getting the dog's best shot in game number 2. You'll want to pick your spots, and you want to look for that. And the fact that these are series, this is something I've usually done, and it's not a black and white thing, but in many, many instances when the playoffs roll around, before the hate and the angst and the familiarity builds up in a series, I always look for game 1 to be a higher scoring game. And then the team that loses the first game has a bigger sense of urgency, plays it closer to the vest, safer plays off the glass and out. And game 2 tends to be lower scoring. So I would look for that. Teams that are the first game of a series may be higher scoring, game 2, the rematch, lower scoring. Other things you want to consider, the travel. The players hated the bubble in the summer months. If a team has a long trip, believe me, they're just going to the rink and the hotel, the rink and the hotel. And they're at the end of the back end of trips, they're going to be mentally checking out. They want to get home. Look for teams to get their road trips off to a good start. Look for them to struggle at the back end of trips. And I would just say this to you on a personal note. I was at the Golden Knights game, their home opener, and I got to tell you, I was really looking forward to going down there and seeing and hearing, without fans, the unique aspect and the unique nature of it. It's odd. It's really, really, really strange. There's a weird buzz in the building. They're pumping in manufactured sound. All the teams are doing this. What I'm noticing is, unless somebody takes a cheap shot, the physical intensity is not there because the energy lines feed off the crowds, and the games have been less physical from what I've seen in the early stages. But it was just a weird dynamic. And then you watch it on TV, and it looks completely normal. I give the players all the credit in the world. They've got to manufacture the energy. Yeah, I get it. They're getting paid. And you want to put stats up, and you want to win games. But it's just a weird deal. And I can't wait to get fans back in the building. But can't wait to see how this season unfolds. And there are some of the trends, I think, that can make you a little bit of money. The other thing, coaches making adjustments. Believe me, these are series. Even in the back end of the first game of a series, a coach will start making some tweaks with his mind on the next game. Some unique angles that we're going to have to consider long and hard this year. But at the end of the day, I think they'll still provide some really nice wagering opportunities. Always thrilled to be with you at ATS.io. I'm Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Always enjoy joining our buddy Adam Burke on Tuesdays for his sports betting podcast, which is there for you each and every day.